Okay, here it is. So the rough dimensions, just for those who are interested, is about 160 millimeters in diameter, which is, I don't have inches on this ruler, and around about 50 millimeters, 2 inches deep. So that was a little bit larger than the other bowl I showed you earlier, which is this one here, not anywhere near as deep either. So that one's 130 by about 25, so it's quite a bit deeper. So let's see how it goes. So the general idea, and if you recall with the tucking fork, we just went into the corners and we were able to make a small tuck about 25 millimeters deep, and then we'd hammer that flat. So the limitation of the tucking fork is you don't reach very far from the edge of the material. So the benefit of this process I've found is it allows you to create a tuck that's a lot deeper, and therefore you have a chance of shrinking further towards the center of the part and not just the edge like would happen with the tucking fork. So let me show you what happens here. General idea is to hit this metal. So hold the blank over the edge, and then you're going to hit on an angle somewhat like this inboard of the edge, and because there's no support under here, you'll get a fold happen in this area. So watch what I mean. Okay, so with a few hammer blows, we're able to form quite a few tucks, and I'm going to use my flatter bowl here with this mallet. I could use this one, would work the same, and I'm going to shrink these. So I'm going to compress these tucks flat, and that's because the metal is gathered here, and we flatten it, we're shrinking the edge. Okay, you can see we've started to form a dome on the edge of the bowl here. So my objective is I'm going to see if I can do some deeper tucks, and because it's still flat here, I want to put a bit of a crown on the whole thing. So let's see how we go. Okay, we've done a little bit more on the edge. I'm actually going to grab the other bowl, which was the one originally built or made, and just see if this makes any difference, just to compare how well these different sizes act. Right, grab a lighter hammer. No, I need a heavier hammer than that. Okay, you can see we've moved those in a bit further. Put some gloves on because quite a bit of vibration. So I do think this smaller one's actually working a little better. Let's go back to the really small one. So we're getting more crown in our part. We've got some quite distinct lumps on here, which is really from stretching the metal in the bowl. So we'll come back and fix that in a second. I'll go back to our new latest bowl. So I've really got to hit this very hard to get those tucks to form. Well, I'm finding I've got to hit it very hard. You can see, depending on how I hit it and where I hit it, they can be quite uneven. So I've got a big one here and a big one here, and smaller ones around the perimeter. So we're making more and more of a dome shape in the aluminium. So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to use this shallower bowl. I'm just going to try and even out some of the lumps that I've put in here. So I'm going to use the shallower bowl, probably because it's a closer match to the profile, and I'll use this hammer. It's got quite a large flat-ish face. It's not a bad match either for the shape of the bowl. So that's an improvement already, as you can see. And we can just keep going with this and get quite a good finish. I did this one yesterday with the tucking fork and then just with the hammer in the bowl. So you can get a good finish. It's not ready to paint or anything, but it's quite an accurate representation of what you might be ready to start your next metalworking process on, which would be to file finish this surface. So there's a demo of the bowl. I think if I had my way, I would probably be picking this one as the main choice. And I'll just give you the dimensions of that one again. 130, 135 by about 30 millimeters deep. So get out there, knock yourself up a shrinking bowl like this, and we'll be using these and the tucking forks and the mallets and the bags in upcoming projects. Thanks for watching.